This is the first one I've ever installed for myself and not for a customer. Always the groom, never the bride. Now go ahead and get buckled up for an unboxing. This is the outside of the box. Inside the box, well, you got the camera. It should be noted somewhere deep in your diary that the rear-facing camera can pivot separately from the front-facing camera. Then you got this adorable little orange tool, a USB Type-C to cigarette plug power cable, a locking suction cup that isn't awful and actually works really well, a super short USB Type-A to Type-C cable. Normally the first thing I do is throw the instructions in the trash, but the menus on this camera are kind of complicated and some of the settings don't make any sense, so keep that around, you're gonna need it. First thing you gotta do is figure out where we're gonna mount this guy. On a car, hands down, install it on the passenger side. It keeps your field of vision mainly clear and just gets it out of the way. On an SUV though, I kinda like it on the driver's side, especially if your focus is to be able to adjust it while you're on the move or look in the back seat. This camera actually comes with a 3rd channel video so it can record from the rear window. But depending on your vehicle setup and your cabin camera, you can kinda just record through the back window, through the front. You might not have to install this. Go ahead and peel all the little sticker guys and plug your micro SD card in, plug in your power cable, format the SD card, and do all that fun stuff now. That way you've got a camera that's ready to go once it's up there and you're not fiddling, trying to plug in this card, trying to figure out which sides, and angrily just giving up and going inside getting Taco Bell. No, we're not gonna do, well, we're gonna do that. I went with a name brand 32 gig card. Remember, you're recording 3 cameras here at once. I know they're not full, huge resolutions, but still, 3 cameras at once requires a lot of data writing speed. So don't go get some cheap, crazy Alibaba SD card. Get a name brand with some good speeds, and you'll be safe. Once you've clipped your camera into your suction cup mount, it's simple as running your wire across the top of the headliner. Be sure to run it to whatever side's most logical for your installation. Mats Pro Gangbang Tip 9000, leave a little bit of extra wire tucked up into your headliner. That way if you have to pull this thing down and pull video off of it or mess with it one day, you've got plenty of extra cable to leave it plugged in and diagnose or mess with it for something. These IIWEY cameras do have a small built-in backup battery, but it's a very small battery, and when you're sitting here reviewing footage trying to find something, you can kill it. And if you've got a little extra wire, you can pull her down, use it like a tablet, an iPad. It's got everything you need, except, well, apps and, well, a good screen and, I would also argue great cameras, but it's got everything you need. If you don't think I'm funny and this is all stupid, that's fine. I'm okay with it. But a huge mistake I see people make is running their cable across the A-pillar like this. Now I know you would actually end up tucking in, but let me tell you why that's a bad deal. If you got an older vehicle, great, doesn't matter. But if you got anything new, it'll have a side curtain airbag warning. You also should have warnings on your seat. If it's installed like this, there's a real possibility that this cable could get bound up when the airbag deploys down and not allow it to deploy properly. I always run my cables down the front side until I see where the side curtain airbag ends, and then I jog it over there. We laugh, but I have actually seen remote start transmitter receiver and cam cables zip tied to the airbag. Real neat. We've got a power cable about halfway around it. We got plugged into the camera, we're going down the A-pillar properly. Unfortunately, they make these things about 4 foot longer than they really should. Ask me how I know. But you got a couple different options. You can buy a USB-C female to male extension, tape it together, hide it in the car, usually works good. You can also just buy a longer 12-volt to USB Type-C adapter. That's also a really easy solution. Or you can be like me and we'll cut this and we'll extend out the wires we need and then plug it back in. Be prepared though, it's a USB cable, so it's just not gonna have power and ground in it. Sometimes they do, but this could just be an off-the-shelf cable that someone factory cut apart, and you're gonna have more conductors in here than you'd expect. So since the dash 12-volt accessory thing isn't gonna be our main choice, we're gonna go plug it in ones in the back of the console. A lot of cars also have them inside the console if you want to plug it in there too. Be sure to test your power outlet before you decide to use it. It needs to be a switched ignition, not constant. Although over all my years, I've never seen a constant one in the back area where a kid could leave something plugged in and kill your battery. So you're pretty safe just winging it back here like I did. Running it to the back of the center console is my cheat code for making the install way less hateful and angry at you. You'll be happier. Pop it out from underneath your side panel trim, run it underneath your seat. On a lot of SUVs, there's some holes and slots where you can run your wires through around here. It's either for the floor defroster or the seat connections, and it works perfect. Then I just plug it into the back of the center console. And now it's time for your industry standard 4.5-ish month review. This is the video I got on the front camera. Wow, just look at that quality. It screams decent or acceptable. Yeah, that really is that really looks good. Yeah, this looks really acceptable. Yeah, this is goals up here, this is failure down here, and this just meets expectations. Exactly what I thought it was going to be. Here's the inside cabin camera. Again, not awful, not great, meets expectations. Way to go, China, like you really knocked it out of the park. This is a good camera system for a solid price point. What else is there to say?